right. Good morning, everybody. Welcome in. How are you? How are things going? Mr. Charlie is here, taking his leave. It's a beautiful day. Welcome into this wonderful and very powerful week, spiritual warriors. This is definitely a week where we are going to see some shifts. I've been talking about the Neptune-Jupiter conjunction for a while. This is happening on the 12th of April, and that has to do with the Great Awakening. This is going to be an expansion of your spiritual energy right now, and some of us on this planet who have been really resisting our spiritual path are going to get a little bit of a jolt this week. So if you've been resisting, you might feel that. Later in the week, we have a full moon. I'll do another video about the full moon. I'll talk more about the full moon, how you can navigate that energy and kind of use the energy to your best and highest good. All right, so let's see where we go this morning. What is going on here? Your greatest work is your legendary legacy. No doubt about that. The phoenix rises into joyful abundance. Wanted, universe creators. Beautiful, beautiful. I feel like we are, in many ways, going to be changing our definition of abundance. If you watched that For Whoever reading I did yesterday, I'll put a link to it right here. If you watch that, it was really about defining, and it's not just money or, success or anything like that, but like how we define it. And, on this channel, we've been talking for a couple years about the North Node, and the North Node just moved into Taurus, which is about what we value. So we are going to be asked, we're going to be pushing or pushed to choose what we value. And while it used to be, very cut and dry kind of success means making more money and things along those lines, we might define our success by how much freedom we have, instead of like staying at a job that is, overwhelming you or whatever. You might take a different path, decide to do something for yourself. We've been talking about that quite a bit, but not just about doing it for yourself. This is about, hey, we need you. I think that sometimes when people are deciding to start something, they don't understand that the rest of us need you to do it. Okay, it's not just like, oh, I'm starting my own business and it's for me, it's for my ability to be free of a situation. It's like, think of it in terms of service, in terms of, others that need what you have. And you're depriving them of your presence right now. So think about it that way. There's a little bit of a shift and a surrender to stepping into your gifts this week. A little bit of a shift there. All right, underneath is the Six of Swords. I have the Three of Wands anchored by the Hierophant. There's the Taurus energy, right? There's the Taurus energy. We're going to move you. Move you over here a little bit. Ta-da! I'll get myself a lav mic. The one that pins right here looks just so nice. Three of Wands anchored by the Hierophant. I'll talk through this with you in a second. Four of Cups anchored by the Five of Wands. Justice anchored by the Six of Wands, and the Six of Pentacles. There's that give and take anchored by the Hermit, right? So I saw this a little bit in that For Whoever reading. We're definitely anchoring ourselves in our own power, sovereignty, our own agency, our own gifts. We're deciding to believe in ourselves instead of giving our power away to bigger institutions or anything like that, because Taurus is definitely about one's comfort. And I almost feel like it could almost be a little bit of a South Node thing to say that what we find comfortable is changing, but also what we want to create in terms of comfort is changing. So think of, this is a very kind of basic example, but since we're talking about earthly comforts and physical comforts, we might have felt at one point in our society that a certain type of home was comfortable. And, we went through the whole, a group family, having lots of families around us that are our friends and family and our extended family and things like that. And then the society, we moved to different locations for work and other things. So that became not a thing. And then we created these big McMansions and everything like that. And I feel like that's no longer going to be comfortable. Like, what is comfort to us? What do we feel? And comfortable could be spiritual comfort. I feel like I'm having an impact. That's comfortable to me. I feel like I'm doing the work that I'm here to do. And there is a little bit of resistance here. The Four of Cups and the Five of Wands are both resistance. Now, this is breaking apart. We do have this Libra full moon later in the week. The resistance to stepping into that which we find comfortable or having more faith in ourselves is where the comfort lands. We're changing we're getting away from our old beliefs around what feels good to us. The new thing that feels good to us is to be in harmony, in alignment with our spiritual mission. And I feel like that also, when we come into balance, Libra full moon, we are being sort of lauded for our efforts. We're being shown that service to others is now revered. Okay. And that's going to be a changing value in our society. Whereas before there's been a lot of, every man for himself kind of a feeling, but the stepping into spiritual gifts and doing things for other people, sharing your gifts with the world, that's what brings an abundance. And now, like, how are we defining abundance? Are we defining abundance by money? Or are we defining abundance by collective community? Are we defining, so let's see more about that. How are we defining abundance here? King of Swords, Knight of Swords, Ace of Cups, Nine of Swords. Freedom from anxiety, freedom to create opportunities as they arise and embrace opportunities, clarity of insight into ourselves, clarity of what we're doing. A lot of times you can do work, or you can be part of a collective that is doing work and be like, is this really having an impact, a good impact? Is this having a positive force for change in the world? Am I doing something that matters? Right? Am I doing something that matters? Meaningfulness, being fulfilled, having the freedom to do that, and having the freedom to step into that level of service it has boundaries to it. It's not like, oh, I'm giving and giving and giving in order to get approval. What I'm doing is I'm giving because this is my calling, and I'm serving myself by having boundaries around overgiving all the time, having boundaries around that. I feel like abundance is also freedom from fear and anxiety. When we become part of a fabric that serves each other, then we gain service from other people. We give service to ourselves. And there's a certain amount of, I'm going to say safety and security in that, because we have this Taurus energy here. I see Taurus and Libra, Aquarius, Virgo. So I'm going to continue on and explore that a little bit. In the extended, I'll be going deeper into this reading. And if you're part of Pathfinders, you're going to see that right now. But if you're not, there's a link below. And I invite you to come along.